What's your take on the situation?
I think the thing is, as a former player, I just want to win. And I want the guy that's playing, regardless of the position, no matter what his stance is or what he is religious or his background or whatever, if he gives us the best chance to win, I want him in the ball game. And if we don't have guys that's capable of doing that in our locker room, I would expect our head coaches and our front office people to go get the people that's going to give us the best opportunity to win. I think after what you saw yesterday, Jacoby Brissett, now, I heard that he has some ligament damage in his thumb on his throwing hand. We'll wait and see how that plays out. But Case Keenum, Brian Hoyer, McCown, Blake Bortles. And the thing is, this is what I love about Blake Bortles. People are like, well, you remember in 2015, he went to the Pro Bowl. He threw 35 touchdowns. I'm like, hell, I swam in the Pacific Ocean yesterday. Doesn't make me a whale. People think because well, I was down in Malibu.
I thought you were going to say, well, Colin Kaepernick went to the Super Bowl and then back to the NFC Championship game next year.
But I'm saying, but I think when people are watching these games now and they see how bad the quarterback play is on their roster, they're like, come on now. I get it. I don't like what Colin Kaepernick did. I don't like that he took a stance and he used his platform on his job. But this guy's not better than Colin Kaepernick. This guy's not better than Colin Kaepernick. Yep. And when people look, you can fool, because a lot of times the owners, oh, this is a talent-based business, because you've seen some guys that have done things and they've gotten a second chance because they can play. And you look at a Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon paid his time, paid his debt to Oklahoma. They says, okay, we're done with you, Joe Mixon. Cincinnati Bengals give him an opportunity. We saw a lot of guys that have done things, Skip, off the field that they've been given second chances because of their talent. But what fans are starting to see, this is not about talent now. You've told us that he couldn't play, but then you keep changing it. You keep moving the yard marker. At first it was because, well, he wanted too much money. He wanted $10, $12 million to be a starter. He's not a starter. Well, okay. I'll take backup. I'll be a backup. I'll take back. Well, it's going to be hard for him to be a backup because he's been a starter before. Well, what about the diet? He's a vegan. What about, changing the offense? Well, Jacoby Brissett played less than 3 weeks after joining a new team. We've seen teams sign players off of other rosters at that position. And we know, had Charlie White says, hey, we call plays according to the quarterback. We build the offense around the quarterback and what he does really well. And I think what the Cincinnati Bengals are starting to see, because you played well at once upon a time, you don't get a lifetime to sit back there and stink it up because you played well for us in the past. This is a what have you done for me lately. This is an update league. And I tell guys all the time, you better update your resume now. You don't get to rest on what you did in 2013 and 14, and here we are 2017. What have you done? Now, Skip, if you can honestly say that you believe Jacoby Brissett, Case Keenum, Austin Davis, Josh McCown is the only offensive starter, the only offensive player, I think, that's still in the league. He came in 2002. He's been on 10 teams. He's been on almost a third of the teams. Blake Bortles and Mike Glennon. If you believe those guys honestly are better than Colin Kaepernick, either my eyes or my knowledge of football isn't very good, or you're a better talent evaluator than I am, Skip. And I think what you're seeing from the Bengals, like, Andy, you're not getting it done. And we just don't want you to hand the ball over to McCarron. Bring in Colin. Let him compete and let the best man win. Now, it was reported that Mike Brown wanted to draft Colin Kaepernick, but Jay Gruden thought Andy Dalton would be a better fit for his offense, and Cap went the next pick after him. The Bengals can get out from under Andy Dalton's contract, Skip. He has 3 years left after this season, $50 million, but if they release him, it's only 2.4 against the cap. I think there's a very good, strong, likely possibility that Andy Dalton will not be the quarterback of next year in Cincinnati. But I believe Colin Kaepernick can play better than some of the quarterbacks that I mentioned, and he's more than deserving of that opportunity.
To your point, Andy Dalton has not updated his resume. He made the Pro Bowl last year. That was the third Pro Bowl he has made. That's not bad, not bad. But this year, it looks like in 2 games he has completely lost it, as in Baseball lost it, as in Steve Sachs, Chuck Knobloch, Rick Ankiel lost it. Yips, like I can't throw it straight anymore, kind of lost it.
Or David Duvall putting.
Yeah, like that, where you just lost it. Where Ian Baker Finch in golf, if you want to use golf, he just couldn't drive it in the fairway anymore after he won the British Open. He just said, "I quit."
Yeah.
Okay, well it's starting to look like it's only 2 games, but that's what it looks like so far. Would I leap to that conclusion that the locker room is leaping to? Would I sign Colin today for this coming Sunday?
No.
I don't think I could go there yet.
No.
But is it heading that direction? Has A.J. McCarron earned a chance?
Yeah, he does.
He's pretty good in that playoff game against your Pittsburgh Steelers.
And he played well that Monday night against the Broncos. Remember the Broncos? He played really well. The Broncos.
Yeah. He did fine. I mean, he's pretty good. Do I think he's long-term better than Colin Kaepernick? I do not.
No.
We have to say it again. Colin Kaepernick got a team to the Super Bowl and came within one controversial pass of winning the game. And then the next year he came within one pass that was just a little too flat of getting back to another Super Bowl. Wow.
Skip, how many guys can say this? I went to Tom Brady's building and beat him. I went to Aaron Rodgers' building and beat him. How many quarterbacks currently play?
He beat Aaron Rodgers in a game he beat him in a playoff game at Lambeau.
And he went to
That'll work.
Now you know Tom Brady don't lose very often, and he definitely doesn't lose at home.
Nope.
This young man went there and he beat him.
So we're back to where we start. It's not news that Colin's saying, "I'm still working out, I'm ready." It would be news if he said, "No, I'm done."
Right.
Like I give up. Right.
Right.
So and I know what's going on. The protest is going on.
Yes.
And it's still like, I don't know if you want to call it white ball, black ball, whatever you want to say it is. That's what's operating here.
Yes.
It's pretty plain and simple. And so we come to another situation. I'm going to say it again, and I'm going to start with the Seattle Seahawks. I still can't believe Colin Kaepernick is not a Seattle Seahawk.
Right.
They have Austin Davis as their backup, who hasn't been, I don't think he's played in a football game since, 2015? Mm-hmm. He's the backup for a quarterback who's not playing very well right now, and Russell Wilson.
Because think about it. The way Russell plays quarterback and the way Austin Davis plays quarterback is night and day.
It's wrong.
Colin Kaepernick plays more like Russell, and you would have to deviate less from your game plan than you would with Austin Davis.
So would right now in Seattle the masses be clamoring for Colin Kaepernick to replace Russell Wilson if he were the backup? I'm pretty sure they would be, right?
And maybe that's what they wanted to avoid, Skip, because they knew that maybe there was some conflict going on. Maybe there's a little truth. Maybe there's a lot of truth to what's going on with the locker room dynamic, offense and defense, and Russell and yada, yada, yada.
Okay, but let me just throw this on the table one more time.
Okay.
And again, it's not my money. It's not my career. But I keep hearing this from these locker rooms. And so I challenge once again the Seahawks. Why didn't you boycott as a team and just say, we're out. We won't play game 1 unless you sign Colin Kaepernick as our backup quarterback?
Well, the thing is, Skip, I look at it like this. Now, if it's a talent thing, if you don't want to sign, and I get it, because the Seattle, it's really tricky, especially in Seattle, Skip, because if you know what's going on, what's possibly brewing up under the surface, you don't really want that to surface. You know, especially the first 2 games with the way Russell has struggled. If you got Colin Kaepernick in there, Skip, you're going to have some problems. See, as long as Austin Davis...
Maybe they'd be good problems.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
Well, very few times do people look at problems as being good problems. They know as long as Austin Davis, and even Russell knows, there's no threat of nothing going on here. But if you bring him in, but Skip, when you tell me that the NFL is all about talent, I've heard Commissioner Goodell that, hey, the teams are going to hire the best available talent. It's hard for me to believe that some of the guys, the Brissetts and the Keenums and the Hoyers and McCowns, Austin Davises, are better than Colin Kaepernick. Now, he's at a decided disadvantage now, Skip, because he's going to have to go in and he's going to basically cram and try to get caught up to speed.
Okay, I got you. But what if in mass, I'm doing the hypothetical, what if in mass the Cincinnati Bengals voted today, we will not play, I think they go to Green Bay, I'm pretty sure. Okay, we will not go to Lambeau Field unless Colin Kaepernick is signed as at least our backup quarterback. What if they said that? What do you think would happen? What if they just said, we won't go? We won't play. You saw what happened to the University of Missouri with their football team. Did they get something done?
As cheap as Mike Brown is, he said, good, I won't have to play for a charter flight to fly y'all up there in the hotel room.
Would he?
Good. Skip,
I don't know.
I
mean, Colin put his money where his mouth was. He risked his career.
This is what we know about billionaires. They don't like being backed in the corner. They don't like being told what to do. Okay. Because we're hearing right now, and we're not talking about it today, that Jerry Jones is holding up Roger Goodell's money.
Just money. I don't think he wants him out. He just says he's making too much money. Well, $44 million is a lot of money.
But he was never making too much money as long as he wasn't ruling against Jerry.
That's a fact. I'll give you that.
That is too much. But it's gonna be interesting, Skip, because the fans are starting to see. They see Jacksonville. They see some of these other teams, and you run the risk if you had a competent quarterback and your starter went down, if you had a competent quarterback that could hold the fort down until he came back.
Yep.
But now you're basically like, oh well, starter goes down, everything's all lost.
Well, I mean, everyone likes a good defensive battle, but 9 points in 2 weeks is like
horrendous.
Yeah.
It's a little much.
Skip, Brian Hoyer.